Welcome to the Complicated Grief Disorder Self-Assessment. Press Enter to begin. Please read each question carefully and indicate how frequently you have experienced the same or similar challenges in the past few months. Never, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often.
Okay.
Do you experience intense sorrow and emotional pain many months after the loss?
I guess.
Never, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often.
I guess very often.
Is it difficult to focus on anything other than your lost loved one?
It's complicated, like I always think about it.
Rarely, sometimes, often, or very often.
Often.
Do you feel that life is meaningless and most activities have no purpose?
God, is this really an official test? All right, very often.
Do you feel numb or detached from other people or activities you once enjoyed?
Yeah. Very often, for fuck's sake.
Do you become easily irritable or agitated?
I guess sometimes.
You just swore at your laptop.
Fine, often, very often.
Do you take measures to avoid things that remind you of the person you lost?
What?
Never, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Do you take measures to avoid things that remind you of the person you lost? Shall I just put very often?
No. No, put never.
Sorry?
I never do that. I never take measures to avoid the things that remind me.
Right. Okay, do you find...
No, I don't want to answer any more of your questions.
But
I'm done with your stupid quiz, all right? Right, so obviously I'm not about to pour my heart out to this guy who is basically a complete stranger, but if I did, I'd tell him that I always order lemon drizzle cake in every cafe I ever go to because it's what my last boyfriend used to make. Like on my birthday, or that time that there was an office bake-off and I realised that I can't bake, so made him do it and passed it off as my own and I won. Obviously no cafe will ever make a cake that matches up to his, but for some reason I found myself on this quest to see if I can ever find a lemon drizzle that's as good. I don't think I can or should be doing that, but I'm going to keep doing it for two reasons. Number one, because I actually really fucking love lemon drizzle cake, and number two, because, I don't know, it's this material and physically intimate way to... Oh God, that sounds awful. No, okay. I guess it's more meaningful, more impactful than just looking at pictures of us on my phone or finding old bits of his handwriting. It's also a lot easier to sit and eat cake than it is to confront anything about myself or my feelings or whatever. Obviously, I'm not going to tell him any of this though. No, instead I'm going to say something like, I just really love the taste of lemon, I guess. See? I sound like a moron.
It had to come up sooner or later, didn't it? Laughing about what kind of cake we like. Arguing about poetry. Even the bleach thing, I can do those, but I knew I'd have to say something soon. Make it sound normal. I don't speak the language. There's a million synonyms for it all, but they all sound wrong coming from my mouth, like words I've learnt phonetically, but don't actually understand. You have to read the room, see how casually people are talking about it, and then you can join in. It's not that I've never been with anyone. I've tried to get more comfortable with it by watching films and TV shows. I don't hate the idea of it, I just When I'm with someone, I can close my eyes and perform the sounds and the touches that I've rehearsed in my head, but I don't hate it. But I don't exactly like it either. But I can say and do all the right things until it's over, and I can get in the shower or pretend to go to sleep. Sometimes I throw up afterwards. But here is this really cool person. I mean, she looks amazing, and she's funny, and she's sarcastic, and I could talk to her forever, tell her everything about me, find out everything about her, and I'm afraid to touch her. And for her to touch me. So we sit here for another hour and a half, and we don't talk about it again, and eventually my heart stops beating so fast because I think I'm out of danger, but I'm sure this is it now. She spotted it on me, like there's some sign around my neck. But I can never tell her outright, because what kind of 20-something is scared of sex? But she's so cool, and I know I've blown it, and I resign myself to that by the end.
I don't really want to talk about it.
Well, that's your decision, Sadie, but remember, you can say whatever you want in here.
Sure. Okay. So actually, there has been someone we met on Tinder. I know. But he's actually really nice, like really nice. Except, sorry, this is going to take me a while.
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would it help if we talked more about him first? I'm aware we don't have much time left today, Sadie, but I think we should discuss this a little. For example, what's his name?
Mark.
Okay, Mark. And you see each other often?
Yeah, it's been nearly 2 months now, and
Go on. How are you finding another relationship?
oh, actually, it's nearly past, and there was something else that I wanted to talk to you about today, John.
Okay.
My cat died.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and it's actually brought back a lot of my issues with loss that we've talked about before, and I really think we should discuss that instead, because basically,
Sadie, can I just stop you for a moment?
Yeah.
Do you, and don't take this the wrong way, do you have a cat?
No.
Right. Is this person called Mark?
No, his name's Matt.
Right. We don't have much time left today, Sadie. I'm sorry, we can't talk about that more. But this week, I think it would be really useful for you to think about the impact this is having on you and your role in it. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
Okay. I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
You are through to the PlusNet mobile voicemail because the person you have called is unavailable. Please leave your message after the tone. After you leave the message, you can modify it by pressing the hash key.
Hi, it's me. It's Mattie. I know you're probably fed up of hearing my fucking stupid voice droning on and on about myself. But I didn't know who else to talk to.
Or just start. Okay. Mattie always came to me for help. Every time. I was that stable shoulder to cry on, I suppose. Or she'd ring me up and rant to me about how everything in the world is terrible. About how they were God's personal fleshlight getting fucked over and over, but none of it was their fault. Never their fault. And that was half the problem. The other half was much more complicated.
Dad's funeral was the day before graduation. No, sorry, can I start again? Can I start again? Sorry, it's just really hard. I don't know what to say. She loved to dance. Yeah, she loved to dance.
I never actually told you what happened, did I? Don't really remember, to be honest. It was raining. Well, sort of raining. It was that sort of barely there damp drizzle that seems to be materialising around you instead of falling out of the sky, that it just sits in the air. I couldn't even see the raindrops disturbing the river surface, just hung like a mist, till it would finally condense into actual droplets running off my skin.
My best memory of uni was just us. Just us sat by that river. Just talking. Don't know about what, but it didn't matter. Just meant to be a quiet night. Have a quiet drink by the river, but soon it was 20. cig in one hand, Lamborghini in the other, just people watching. Oh, still in last night's clothes. It must have looked insane. Yeah. Anyway, that's my answer.
They stuck a big fuck off tube down my throat. They were talking to me while they did it. I don't remember anything they were saying. I just remember that it made me feel sick. Like really, really sick. So sick it made me angry. I wanted to rip out my own throat, tube and all, and vomit all over them just out of spite. All acid and plastic and expensive Chablis. Although I might as well splash out on Chablis. Wouldn't have mattered. It felt like shit. But most of all, it was humiliating. You know?
I don't think she knew. I don't think anyone knows the effects they have on other people. You are the centre of your own universe, and whether you like it or not, you have a gravitational pull. And the bigger it is, the stronger it is, the more it sucks people in. Right? So you're alone, you're caving in like a black hole. I don't think anyone should have that amount of power, least of all Mattie. But she did. She did.
Anyway, enough about me. What do you think? Am I depressed? I can't be depressed and a junkie. That's just greedy.
It was all ironic, this stupid little kid's fantasy of wanting to be a super cool rock star junkie. I mean, I should just tell her to stop lazing about and grow the fuck up, for all our sakes.
More than this, surely. I'm not stupid. I know I'm not going to find myself at the end of a bottle, but there ain't anything else. This is what I have. This and fucking around and getting into fights and being a fucking legend, and it's symbiotic. It will always be with me, and it will always be me. That's the thing they don't get. Look at them watching me, following me, smothering me with how much they love me, looking up to me like the lost boys at Peter Pan, like the waiting for Tinkerbell and Hook and Wendy fucking Darling to come flying through the air. Why the fuck are you looking at me? Stop fucking looking at me! Stop fucking looking at me! I don't know! I don't know what the fuck I should do next! Can you not see that I'm just a sack of meat jelly with this big black hole in the middle of my chest that I can't fill?
You know what happens to you if you fall into a black hole? You get stretched out, longer and longer and tinier until it's just a string of molecules. It's spaghettification. Stupid fucking name for the stupidest way to die, to stretch yourself into fucking nothingness through a black hole. And that's what Steph and I are. We're just spaghetti noodles swimming about in the world's shittiest bowl of spaghetti bolognese, and the sauce is made of fucking cocaine or fucking...
You know, it doesn't matter if we're angry, because mostly we're just scared. We're all on your side. I don't know what the fuck to do. I mean, look at me. Just sat here. Chatting away like everything's okay when it's not. It's fucking not. What the fuck am I doing? The fuck am I doing? Just sat here.
Stupid girl doesn't even know she was doing it. Here we are, orbiting closer and closer into endless black spaghetti oblivion.
Where am I supposed to find it? That spark? That lust for life? That thing that makes it all worth it? Where am I supposed to even start?
Yeah, I feel responsible. Partially. And yes, I have regrets, like all humans do. But what you don't understand is it was a performance. What else are you meant to do after a good performance? We clapped and cheered for an encore like any good audience would. It wasn't our fault she couldn't get off the stage.
Oh God, I'm just tired, you know. I'm so tired.
I was just tired. Tired of the same routine. Day after day, week after week, again and again and again. I had to look out for myself. You understand? Having to walk around on eggshells, having to push everything aside for an overdose waiting to happen. I remember when she had to drive Steph to A&E after he broke his leg jumping out the window. It's just for a stupid day. His foot was twisted, all funny, and it was flopping around like it was attached to a little rag doll, except it wasn't. It was attached to our best friend. It was our Steph. And Mattie was laughing. Everyone saw her laughing. She was laughing like it was the funniest thing in the world. Then she crashed into an ambulance in the hospital car park. Everyone thought it was because she was laughing so hard. People never forgave her for that. But I always knew. I knew she crashed because she had so many tears in her eyes that she couldn't see through them. Crying at our Steph. Crying at his leg. Crying at life. I never told anyone that. I never told her that. Just one more regret, I suppose. I'm done.
I always asked her. Every time. What do you want? What do you truly, in your heart, want?
A white picket fence. Most of the white flaked off from my kids kicking a ball against it. And a dog, too. A scruffy thing that will run around and bark at squirrels. Curl up by my feet when I feel sad. I'll come home from my 9 to 5 and the dog will be going nuts, running around in circles, and my kids will run up to me and squeeze the daylights out of me. And you'll kiss me and ask me how my day was. You'll squeeze my hand under the table when we sit down to eat together. And when our kids grow up, they'll scream and slam doors and call me names, and I'll laugh and remember what I was like when I was growing up. Going to uni, being this age. Feeling on top of the world and being so afraid of falling. I don't think I ever grew out of it. The fear, I mean. That's my answer. To grow up. To have that. I want that more than anything in the world.
Dad's funeral was the day before graduation. You were the only person I told at the time. I remember you cooked me dinner. And I cried. Big fat tears making the breadcrumbs all soggy. And you said, that's the most inefficient way to season your food I've ever seen. And you held me, and I cried. And I cried so hard that I felt dizzy. My stomach was in knots. But you just held me. You held me until I felt hungry again. Thank you. That's it. That's all I've got to say.
Anyway, sorry about the voicemail. Probably won't even listen to it. I just thought, I don't know, to answer your question for once. I wanted to say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, bye.